This is the AOC PDS241 designed by Porsche. The AOC LCD monitor PDS241. This is a gorgeous looking screen, it really is. The box isn't too much to look at, but really does scream out beautiful designing, as you can see here. So we'll get it out of the box and have a look and see what it looks like. On the side we have some advertising of its specifications. We have ultra slim, wide viewing angle, IPS, asymmetric stand, sided frameless, Supercolor and HDMI. This is the 24-inch variant. I believe there is a 27-inch version as well. So we'll open the box. So inside we'll start with this is a Euro to Europe or UK adapter. We get a couple of leads. There's a European power connector there and an HDMI, mini HDMI cable. And we have an AOC, this is a backlight unit, isn't it? I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look into that, see exactly what this does. With user guide, monitor drivers and that kind of caper. A cloth for wiping it. And then the screen that requires no assembly. We'll just put that in there. Wow. I mean, this is pretty amazing. It really is gorgeous. I'll just do this. There we go, that's just 6mm thick. Would I be right in saying that? Maybe 5? We'll go with 6. We don't want to rub it in too much. And then across the back we have this elegant design for pitching it. Not too much movement. Then this comes down here and around there. All metal. There's a bit of a barrel here for the hinge. This does expand a bit. A bit of black glossy plastic here. And then along here we have the bezel, which is up here. It's about 2mm thick. And then this is maybe about 10, maybe an inch, with AOC thrown in there for good measure. Really is a terribly beautiful design. So most of the power stuff must be inside this because it's been reduced on the back so much in order to get it so slim, and then they've kept this looking as beautiful as possible so that whenever it sits beside it, you just plug her in and away you go. You have your HDMI going in here and then your mini HDMI out, which is very handy. It means you don't need to change the cable or your graphics card. I was thinking, I don't have a mini HDMI on the back of my computer. Is that a new standard that I had been left out of, that everyone else had put together without me being included? So what we're dealing with is that it's a 23.8-inch panel. It has a resolution of 1920 by 1080 and it runs at 60 Hz. It has one HDMI input, a 4-millisecond response time, features plug and play, an iMenu and eSaver. Sits at a 16:9 aspect ratio, and has some of AOC's Supercolor WCG technology built into it that gives a more accurate color with the IPS technology. Should have about 100% sRGB and 90 percentile NTSC color gamut. So 4-millisecond grey to grey response time, and the viewing angles support around about 178 degrees. There's inbuilt low blue light technology and some flicker free technology to keep you sane. And whilst it didn't actually say anywhere on the packaging, it is important to note that this is actually designed by Porsche, much like some of those Blackberries you saw in the years gone by. And Huawei have recently used them for their Mate 9 smartphone. And you wouldn't guess it, but the price of this is around about £200, which is ridiculously cheap for Porsche design. I wanted to have a quick look at around here because this is where the HDMI actually is, hidden under here. So we plug this down in here and it sits like that. Then that goes in there. And we have that kind of affair going on. Then this goes obviously down into the power in the back of the computer. So but it's also very nice, beautifully designed, and not terribly expensive. I really like it for the price. The 27-inch is obviously going to be a lot more appealing to people, and it sits at around £280. The one input is obviously going to fluster quite a few people, but that might be easily remedied if they were to release a different version of this that might have a couple of different connections here. And I haven't looked into that to see if they have, but I will do for the review. At least you don't have to replace the entire screen if you suddenly realize that you want two inputs on it. With any luck. So feel free to ask me any questions you fancy down in the comments box below. Hit the subscribe button, turn on any notifications, and give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy. And other than that, take care.